Hey guys, All in Crypto here and welcome back ladies and gentlemen for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had a fantastic week so far. Today guys, as promised, we're going to be jumping into Vechain. We are going to keep you up to date on this project as it is one of our favourite altcoins. We think fundamentally it is very strong and it is literally every single day, ladies and gentlemen, that Vechain seem to gain another partnership. So we're going to be showing you that and talking about what's going on with the actual project as well as what's going on in the charts in this video. And Vechain is looking absolutely beautiful, guys. You had a pretty spectacular bounce off this 20 EMA and history essentially is just repeating. I'm going to also show you the total money in the crypto space. This is the total on TradingView. This indicates all the money in the crypto space. And I'm going to be showing you what I think is to come. I believe that we are still in a bull run and we are going to end this year significantly higher than where we currently are today. I'm fairly confident, very confident I should say in that. Although, you know, there is always the room, there is always the possibility that it doesn't happen. It's just, you know, my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. But I've been in these markets for 4 years and have navigated these treacherous waters pretty spectacularly. So let's start on the 4 hourly, guys. You're in a bit of a descending triangle here. And essentially you've actually broken out of this to the upside. Now you need to, can you see how you found a little bit of rejection from this level here? You need to take this high out up here before we really get very excited. I mean, you have technically broken out of this pattern. You have also bounced beautifully off your EMA, and we're going to talk about that in just a second, guys, because this is typically what happens before you continue on in your trend. We know that Vechain had that beautiful falling wedge structure that you broke out of that many other cryptos presented that kind of signaled the end of this bearish trend into a new bullish trend. That's what these falling wedges are. They're a trend reversal pattern. Let's take a look at where Vechain is today quickly before we go on, guys. It's 20th in terms of market cap. It's currently sat at $13.47, I should say. Is up around about 10% today and up around about 9% on the weekly, and has a market cap of $8.6 billion. Very, very undervalued for a revolutionary project such as Vechain and how it's completely innovating and revolutionizing the whole supply chain space. And the reason being is because cryptocurrencies are just so much better at doing things like that. So you have broken out of that pattern. You need to get above this high here. I'd like to see something like this and you just support and resistance. Let's talk about a bigger time frame, guys. And one thing you'll know, you guys know that we follow something called Elliott wave theory. We have an Elliott wave theory set out for Vechain. Can you see on your RSI how you, in an uptrend, in a downtrend, of course, it can act as resistance, but in an uptrend, the RSI, the 50 mark, will actually act quite typically as a bit of a level of support. And that's essentially what you've seen here, guys. So I am pretty confident that we are in an uptrend for Vechain. We did talk about the possibility of more downside. Certainly, you guys know where essentially I think we are on these waves. We're in the 5th and final wave, but within your waves, you're essentially just here. You've made this first move. Vechain doesn't tend to go back to its all-time highs until later. We've looked at other cryptos and compared them to Vechain to show you that Vechain is really just a laggard. But what you have done, guys, we'll focus on the first wave for now. Can you see this? You come up, you go sideways before bouncing off your EMA. Can you see this? You bounce off your EMA and then you do that the whole way along the trend. And that's essentially what you've done today, guys. Can you see this? Let's take this off log. In fact, let's not take this off log on this time frame. You come up, you get overextended, you bounce before continuation. And that's essentially what, and you can see how your EMA will hold you as support, much the same as in a downtrend, it holds you as resistance. And you see that bounce? Absolutely beautiful. And you could be in for some more continuation, ladies and gentlemen. Vechain is going to get back to its all-time highs and beyond. We have a price prediction set for Vechain of around about, I mean, that's still about 112% just to your all-time highs, guys. We think you're going to get above and beyond that. We've got a price prediction set for Vechain of around about $1 to $1.50. I reckon $1.20 to $1.30 is a good kind of level for it to top out in this bull market. Before we get onto the partnerships, guys, so things are looking good. You know, obviously it depends on Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't look too bad. Bitcoin actually looks to be repeating. I want to show you the total turn. Now, there's lots of people on Twitter at the moment who are chopping and changing. We don't do that necessarily. Of course, if new information comes to light, we will update you on it. But we are a macro bull. We're a perma bull, if you will, on the crypto space. We think it is it's still in its infancy in terms of a space at $2 trillion. We think there's a long way to go. We think it's going to accrue a market cap similar to gold and actually go above and beyond that given that gold is really just one asset in a class of its own, or in a class, and the crypto space is many assets within a class. So what I want to do, guys, and this is really what I think is to come for crypto. I actually want to take the bar pattern from the total 2. And I think you're setting up a very similar thing today, guys. Can you see this? You don't quite come back to your all-time highs. You kind of do this hanging branch, as I call it, and essentially you're there today. But you are going to see continuation in this bull run. That's my belief. It doesn't have to happen, guys. Mate, let me stress that. You shouldn't be playing around with more than you can afford to lose, and you should have all done your own due diligence and have confidence in what you're investing in, like I have. If you haven't done your due diligence, you're essentially just gambling, and the confidence isn't there. And every time there's a gust of wind in this market, so to speak, the movement to the up or downside, you're going to get shaken around. You need to be rooted in your beliefs like a tree, and that way every time there's a gust of wind, you won't get blown over. This is what I think is to come for the crypto space as a whole, and Vechain is going to be a part of that, and it's actually going to perform very well. It usually catches up altcoins. We compared it to Cardano and a number of other cryptos. Now, in regards to partnerships, this is another partnership. So this is from Now Payments. Hey, Vechain official community. You can accept vet payments on WooCommerce, WHMCS, OpenChart, PrestaShop, ZenChart, etc. Use API for payments, accept Vechain. Every single day, this came out an hour ago, every single day there's a new partnership. We are proud to be collaborating with JLL, China, and explore app scenarios for blockchain in commercial real estate. Every single day these guys are partnering with someone else, and they're huge in China, and I actually believe that's going to play and give them a huge competitive advantage against other cryptocurrencies. China is not very crypto friendly. You know, we saw the mining crackdown in 2017. We actually saw an exchange crackdown. 50% of miners, essentially, or 50% of the hash power of Bitcoin, over 50% at some points, came from China. Now, the fact that China is very Vechain friendly really opens it up to that market, and that's a huge market that a lot of cryptos out there can't quite access. So they've got an absolutely outstanding competitive advantage, and this is really going to play in their favour. They've also got that amazing carbon footprint tool, which is going to, I believe, be adopted by many companies out there, or perhaps enforced, as we are moving to more of an economic world. Or an eco-friendly world, I should say, and obviously, you know, this sort of thing, keeping tabs on your carbon efficiently, because the kind of already existing current system that was used to do that is very inefficient. Blockchain is immutable. It's why this technology is going to change the world and accrue value, because it is just so useful. It's so good at what it does. So that's what we're watching for Vechain. You're on your way now, guys. You know, and in regards to your wave, you're just here. You've not even broke your all-time highs yet. 1 wave, 2 wave. Obviously, this is Elliott wave theory that consists of 5 waves. And you're just here, and you've still got this to come, guys. So it's looking very good for you Vechain holders out there. It's looking very good for you people a part of the crypto space as it is. You know, it's been a very long bear market that I personally went through, and you know, take advantage and enjoy the journey whilst you can. I'm expecting a lot more upside for the crypto space as a whole. Certainly something like Vechain, which is a very used project. Nobody can say that Vechain isn't used. It absolutely is. It's been largely adopted by a lot of people. They've got complete monopolies on actually a lot of, like, you know, the pet food industry in China, etc., etc. It's very cool, and this is what we think is to come for the crypto space, guys. Very much the same as something like this that we had. You're just here today. And you know, there's a lot of similar traits here. Even though this was a catastrophic kind of black swan event, if you will, this was also pretty catastrophic, and that was just due to the leverage in the system. Remember, this is the total money in crypto that we're looking at right now. So that's where we're at, ladies and gents. Is there anything, I feel like there's something I'm missing out on this video. We'll leave it at that for today, guys. We are going to keep you up to date. If you're not already, go and sub to my Twitter. We'll give you some more timely updates. We are going to start including some more Vechain updates within this. But that's really all I have for you in this video, ladies and gents. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. If you've enjoyed the content, a like is always appreciated. A recap quickly is that you have broken out of this structure here, this descending or horizontal triangle to the downside. ultimately you've got a couple of resistance levels that you have got to clear. You can see you found a little bit of resistance here. You've got to clear this high here before we can really see that continuation. And that could be coming due to just how perfectly you bounced off this EMA. Also on the daily, look at this bullish cross, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at the last time we had one of those. Around here. But prior to that, really here, guys, where it all kicked off. And this is what I think you're going to see. Every time you have one of these, a kind of run ensues after. And that's, you could be on the very, very start of that today, guys. That is all I have for you in this video. If you are not already, head over to my Twitter and get subscribed. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. I hope you've all had a fantastic week so far. If you've enjoyed the content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the next YouTube video. Get subscribed, guys. Click that notification bell. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.